Welcome everyone to Planet of NY Sports. Here we talk Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets, and a little bit of the Knicks and Nets. But instead of a little bit of the Knicks and Nets, it'll be a lot of the Knicks and Nets today in this video. First, we're going to start off with the Knicks. The New York Knicks have clinched their spot in the playoffs. They will likely be the fifth seed. I was killing them earlier this year. I will take that. I'll take the L on that one. Rodrick, how are you feeling about the Knicks clinching their spot
I
in the
mean,
playoffs?
this is just nice to see, and this really just speaks to R.J. Barrett's legacy as a New York Knick, and they wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. So you love to see it. A serious note though, good for the Knicks. Like obviously, I don't like them because the Knicks they're annoying, but good for them to get in the playoffs. They have a pretty likable team besides Julius Randle. Jalen Brunson, he's pretty nice. Like his game. Mitchell Robinson, I've always liked his game, and obviously I love RJ Barrett's game. But yeah, it's just good to see this group of guys, work into getting into the playoffs, and hopefully they do something this time around. Don't get ice trade this time. So yeah.
Yeah, and going into the playoffs, let's talk about that a little. So, it's looking likely that the Knicks will face the Cleveland Cavaliers in the playoffs, and I think there's like too much distance between the Knicks and the Cavs for home court to change there. So Cleveland will likely be getting home court. Now, it's going to be interesting to see because Julius Randle, as we know, is injured, and I don't know how long he's going to be injured for. And if he misses the first few games for that series, the Knicks, I don't want to say can be in trouble, but it would be a lot tougher because when you're facing this Cavs team has Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, you got Evan Mobley on the come up. You got all these guys. They're a nice young team. Jared Allen. This team, look, like I said, I have said I think the Cavs would win in 7, but I think the Knicks could still win the series though. And I've heard a lot of Knicks fans say this is the belief around a lot of Knicks fans. If they lose this series to the Cavs, they deem this season as a failure. I do agree. I agree with that.
Oh my gosh.
I agree with it because if you lose this series to the Cavs, the whole Donovan Mitchell aspect of things comes in. You didn't trade for Donovan Mitchell. You kept RJ Barrett. Where it's looking like you should have done that deal.
That was a great move. I just gotta say.
Oh, it was a great move, huh?
That was a great move.
Just think about it though. If the Knicks had traded for Donovan Mitchell, they could be a top 3 team in the East right now. They would be because that's more wins. Rodrick, stop being a delusional RJ Barrett fan.
I'm not being delusional. Like I'm actually like being serious. Like would they be a top 3 team? Like that's
no. I'm saying like they would have a top
in the East.
Oh,
yeah, record. Okay, record. Okay, but top 3. That's two
that's what I
different
said.
things.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. I said that. Like I think they probably would be because they're in the 5th spot right now. I think they would jump the Cavs. Maybe they jump the Sixers.
No, I don't think Donovan Mitchell puts them into the top 3 with Milwaukee, Boston, and Philadelphia. Definitely not.
You don't think so? With Philly? No, I don't think so with Boston and Milwaukee. Definitely not.
Yeah, they're like on a different level, but like Joel, like in terms of value, like Joel Embiid's a little more valuable than Donovan Mitchell to a team. So I feel like, they probably still have the edge.
All right, that's fair. But anyways, going back on to this playoff series, if the Knicks are without Julius Randle for the first few games or the whole series, the Knicks could be in trouble because I think they need Randle to win the series. As well as we know that guy is a hothead and he needs to get his temper in check. Seriously, because this is getting a little ridiculous with the guy, fighting his own teammates at times. We saw him arguing with Quickly and stuff. He's always complaining about the refs. Okay. All right, Randle, you need to calm down. We know what happened against you and, you and the Hawks. We can't have that again. You can't have it if you're the New York Knicks. You're going to need to step up again. Now, the Knicks player, the Knicks MVP for this season, I'm going to say is Jalen Brunson. Wow. The Knicks then I don't think the Knicks would really be here without Jalen Brunson. And last year, you look at the Knicks; they were mediocre. They were mediocre. Let's just put it at that. The Knicks were mediocre last year, but Jalen Brunson, a Knicks player I actually like, as opposed to Julius Randle. Jalen Brunson is the MVP of this team. If you need him to go out and score 40 for a night, he can do that. He scored 50. Hey, Jalen Brunson, I think he can be the key for the Knicks winning the series. And then you also got guys like Emmanuel Quickly, who has stepped up. Quentin Grimes has stepped up. Mitchell Robinson, he's not going to score a lot of points, but he's still good on defense. Still going to get some blocks, going to get the rebounds. He would like to see. He wants more plays for himself, which is fair. But still, if I'm a Knicks fan, I'm feeling pretty good about this team. But I do agree with the sense that if the Knicks do lose this series to the Cavs, the season is a failure because of the whole Donovan Mitchell aspect. Especially if you're like in, let's say, Game 6, Cavs up 3-2. 5 seconds left, and Donovan Mitchell hits a game-winning shot in Game 6 to send the Knicks home in the playoffs. That would be the ultimate failure for the New York Knicks, and I think it's going to happen. No, I'm not going to. I'm just kidding. Actually, sort of. But if Donovan Mitchell goes out there, balls out, and kills the Knicks and sends them home, if I'm a Knicks fan, I'm really pissed off. Rodrick, how do you feel about that?
I feel like that's a Knicks thing. Like that's something that for other teams that's like it's a little outlandish, but it's the Knicks. Like you can't put anything out here, right? All possibilities are on the table, right? So if that were to happen, I mean, obviously we'd laugh. That's the first thing. We'd laugh, right? Secondly, just the outpour of reactions that would just cause. It's just I'm getting happy thinking about it. All right, Stephen A. Smith getting on TV, yelling. It's nice. It's almost as good as the Cowboys getting eliminated in the playoffs, but just not quite, not quite. So honestly, I want it to happen. I want it to happen. So yeah.
Yeah, as you guys know, we're both not Knicks fans here, so obviously we want to see this happen. But would it be better for our content if the Knicks do well? Maybe, but still, I think it
What's
would be
more important,
yeah,
right? What
exactly.
means more?
I think it would probably be even better if Donovan Mitchell went and did that hit a buzzer beater to send the Knicks home in MSG. Man, if that happened, oh my gosh! All right, let's move on to the other team in the state of New York, and that is the Brooklyn Nets. So as we know, they are currently in sixth place in the East right now, and they are trying to stay out of the play-in. And they've been playing well. Mikal Bridges. I'm going to give it up for Mikal Bridges. This is a nice young player. No drama, exactly. No drama. You don't have to hear anything about this guy. It's refreshing. It is truly refreshing to have this. If you are a Brooklyn Net fan, you finally have a team that you can get behind. You don't have to deal with the drama with James Harden or KD or the main one, Kyrie Irving. You don't have to deal with that guy anymore. And he's over there. They're not even in the play-in right now. They're not even in the play-in. If you're the Dallas Mavericks. So, and Luka Doncic is over there saying, oh yeah, I do miss Jalen Brunson. He misses Jalen Brunson. Apparently the Mavericks want to re-sign Kyrie. I don't think that really matters because I think where he wants to go is LA. I think we all know that. So moving on here, if you're the Brooklyn Nets, you only really need to win. Well, right now you are playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Just to give you a live score update, they are up 64-55. If you can win that game, it can be crucial. But we saw that the Brooklyn Nets did defeat the Miami Heat on March 25th in a key game that helped you in the standings and gave you a game up against the Heat. And that's who you're trying to fight off right now. If you look at the Heat's current schedule, I can give it to you right now. So the Miami Heat, all right, they have a little, okay. Right now they're facing the Pistons. They are up 85-83. Okay. Then
That
Thursday,
is way too close.
yeah, Thursday they play the 76ers. You may you may get some help there. Then they play the Wizards. That they may win that game, and then they play against the Magic last game of the year. The Magic have been very inconsistent. That game can kind of go either way. We saw that the Magic did beat the Nets the last time they played, and they even beat the Knicks the last time they played. So the Magic, they're a very inconsistent team. They can either show up and surprise you, or they'll just show up and be garbage like they have been since, you know, since like for years now. But I digress here. If you're the Nets, I haven't gone over their schedule, but right now you're playing against the Timberwolves. If you can win this game, it's key. You only really need, let's say, what, two more wins, and if the Heat can lose one game, you're in. So the Nets, they're going to play the Pistons tomorrow. They're playing the Pistons tomorrow. You need to win that game. You need to win that game, Nets. You guys need to win. I will be posting this video. This video will be up the day that the Nets are playing the Pistons, but the Nets need to really win that game. That's a key game because you're ending the season off against the 76ers in a game which I am not sure you're going to win. I don't know if the Sixers are going to be playing for, if they're going to move up. I don't know. But you really need to win. You really need to close out the Timberwolves today. You need to beat them and then beat the Pistons. And you should be on your way with a little help from maybe a team like the Sixers helping you, or you can have maybe the Magic, but I wouldn't rely on the Magic to help you because they have been very inconsistent this year. So, Rodrick, how do you feel about the Nets' chances staying out of the play-in game?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, like you said, like shout out to Miles, not Miles Bridges, Mikal Bridges. Like that dude's a beast, right? But moving on to like the Nets, staying out of the play-in, I think it's very likely. Like you said, they have the Pistons coming up. They're playing the Timberwolves right now. If they can win those two games, start to build some momentum. Like I see no reason as to why this team can't make the stay out of the play-in. And I mean, like you said with the Sixers game, I feel like that's a game that if the Sixers have to play for it, like that's a good game to test. See where this team is really at. And I think that the Nets will stay at the sixth seed. They'll stay out of the play-in game, and they'll make a push towards the playoffs. Now, I don't know what they're going to do in the playoffs, but they will make it.
Yeah, and if you're a Net fan, that's all you can hope for. You're like, given the situation, trading Kyrie, trading KD, you were at first it was like, oh man, we're going to be a playing team. We may not even make the play. Like it was bad. But if you can stay out of that, you don't. If you're a Net fan, you don't really want to make the You don't want to be a playing team. You really don't want to be a playing team. Now, people are going to be like, oh, well, they're probably not going to do anything against Philadelphia. Screw that. I don't care. I quite frankly, I don't care. It doesn't really matter. It's a good step forward for this young Nets team now. That given the previous circumstances, it was not great with KD and Kyrie. It was not great. So, Roger, do you have anything else to say on the Nets front?
I mean, on that Sixers series, right? Like anything the Nets do in the playoffs is gravy. Like if they play a team that's clearly on paper better than them, or however you want to, count the level of the team's skill up, or however you want to put it. Like anything that's doing the playoff is just a cherry on top to where this team is going to be in the future. So like if they win a series, if they get swept, I want to say swept, but if they put up a fight, which they should, and that's a success. Like you can't say that this is like a failure of a season or just embarrassment or anything like that. Like this is for where they are and what they've gone through. This is a good series. I mean, good series, good season. So, um, like I said, no matter what they do, it's going to be the fans should be happy.
Yep. Now, if you can all do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you all in the next video. Hopefully, the Nets win and beat the Timberwolves.